Angela Pinky Swear Peters.
And I'm Latchkey Laurie Schultz. We were born in the 70s.
We're children of the 80s.
And had our coming of age in the 90s. You know, the good old days when kids could be kids.
When music had real instruments.
And when no one ever seemed to worry about carbs.
If you want a flashback to simpler times, buckle up.
Wait, seatbelts? Where we're going, we don't need seatbelts.
Well then, just grab your Jolt Cola, smell that teen spirit, and hop on our big old banana seat bike to take a spin down memory lane with us.
For we are the best generation that ever was.
You're listening to Generation X-Rated.
The Survivor Stories. Hey, Angela.
Hello, Laurie.
Do you remember this? You remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. Who do you do what? Remind me of the babe. I saw my babe. You know?
No.
You're looking at me like absolutely gobsmacked. I'm like I'm just having a stroke or something.
I need to know what that was. Tell me. Tell us.
Labyrinth.
Oh,
Labyrinth.
geez.
David Bowie.
Okay.
Dance magic, dance magic, dance. No?
No,
Oh,
man. I
come
wasn't
on.
that kid. I wasn't that kid.
What kid were you? What kid didn't see Labyrinth?
Like, what year was it?
I don't know.
Well, I was Dirty
80s?
Dancing. No, I was re-watching Dirty Dancing my entire childhood. I saw nothing else.
Did you finally find out who put baby in the corner?
Nobody.
Oh, nobody puts
did.
baby in a corner. You know what? If I was there, I'd put her in the corner, and I'd say, you sit there until I tell you it's time to get out of that corner.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a little bit aggressive sometimes.
Okay, tell me more about this Labyrinth.
Okay.
Does everyone else know what this movie is?
Millennial Mike's gonna slip right in. I loved Labyrinth. That was very much a watch it at the babysitter's, like, once a week kind of movie.
Yeah.
And I even dressed as David Bowie's character Jareth for Halloween and won a costume contest for it.
Did you have the bulge?
I had the bulge. That's 90% of the costume is bulge.
Is that 90% of the reason you won the
Maybe.
costume con?
You know, you just gotta lean into it and all the prizes will come.
I do know of the bulge and the look that he had.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never watched Star Wars. I've never.
What?
I'm not. I need true crime. Like I can't do fantasy. Sci-fi makes me crazy.
Well, not knowing Labyrinth, I think, is a true crime.
That is a
oh
crime.
God, that
It's
was
a crime
so
against
good.
humanity.
Okay, wow.
Did you
So
at least watch
learn me.
Spaceballs?
Yes,
Okay, all right,
absolutely.
good.
Well, that was comedy. Labyrinth
Yes.
sounds like it was like a serious story.
It was a story. It was serious.
Mystical.
It was a Jim Henson production.
Oh dear, I did
that
miss
was
it.
not necessarily like there was Muppety type things in there, but they were scary as hell.
Tell me about it then.
There were things that took their heads off and threw them at people.
Is this a horror film?
Well,
or was it
when
for-
you're like 8, it's kind of a horror film that you just can't take your eyes off of. Maybe that was the bulge. I
was
don't
it
know.
geared to kids?
Yes, it was a children's movie.
Oh no!
Like there were so many children's movies
right.
back when I was growing up that today would not be children's movies.
Like
Like The Neverending Story, like Labyrinth, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
okay, I've seen those two. but-
Okay, but Labyrinth, man, was just, even Hoggle, it was like a little guide that, the story goes like
Okay,
this.
tell me more about the story.
Sarah is a girl who is really into fantasy, and she has this stepmother and her dad and a baby brother, and she's all bummed because she has to babysit.
Okay.
And she's reading this story where there's a Goblin King.
Okay.
And she wants the Goblin King. She says, Goblin King, take my baby brother away from me. Just thinking
Fair.
it's a story.
Normal things we
Right.
wanted.
How many times did I ever ask the Goblin King to take my brother from me? I still put it on my Christmas wish list every year. But anyway.
I think I'm going to put
digress.
the bulge on my Christmas present wish list. Rest
Touche.
his soul.
Okay, my 2 Christmas wish lists are. So she asked this Goblin King to take her baby brother away. All of a sudden, the power goes out in the house, and she hears all these little whispers and giggles and like creepy ass shit like that. And then he appears in the window and says, "No, sorry, man. Like you asked for it. I've got your brother now, and you've got this amount of time to get through the labyrinth to the center to the castle if you want to see your baby again. If not, he's mine forever."
God.
And and so she goes on this little quest
Okay.
to solve the maze in the labyrinth, and there's all these things that are purposely put there to thwart her efforts. And Hoggle is like your first shot of Hoggle is he's taking a whiz into the stream.
Oh.
Yeah, she stumbles up upon him and he's
taking it right out.
He took it out.
He took it out.
He took it out.
He took it,
It
out.
So
Okay.
that's when Seinfeld meets Labyrinth. Yeah.
Okay.
He took it out.
So again,
sorry,
like this
Bob.
is children are watching this and they're just
Yeah.
okay. Because
Yeah.
there was there any movie rating system back
I
then?
don't know.
Okay,
Things that
I
are-
really want to watch this now.
You have to. I have a copy of it somewhere. You can
I
borrow
figured
it.
you did. I just didn't. I don't know how I missed this.
I don't know how you missed it either, because it was certainly a classic. And then there's
Yeah.
the Bog of Eternal Stench.
Is that a movie as well?
No,
or
no,
is that
that's
from
in
the
Labyrinth.
Okay.
That if you
so
if you even dip a
sorry.
toe into it, you stink. Like stench, like bleh, forever.
Does Sarah? Is that still the girl?
Yes,
Does
yes.
she ever, on her quest through the labyrinth, say, "You know what? I really don't like you that much, brother, and I'm just gonna like, I tried, and I can live without you."
I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
I watch.
you know?
I gotta watch what I wish for. From
That's
now on, I'll
right.
be more careful.
Lesson learned. My
Right?
bad.
That's the movie I want to make.
Yes. We'll
The
remake
editor's
it.
cut.
Yes.
The director. Sorry. The
The
director.
reboot.
The reboot.
When we do the reboot.
Oh,
It's like,
there's
meh.
a new thing. Gen
Yeah.
X is so sick of all the freaking reboots, but we're gonna reboot it in a way that's just like,
We're going to change the
yeah,
endings to the way we wanted to see them.
no one will forget us then,
Listen,
will they?
that's right. That's
I'm
right.
in.
We will be.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Sarah
yeah.
quits
You know what? I
halfway
would
through.
do that. I think there's a
love
a
it.
stellar idea there. There's a moneymaker.
We need money-making ideas because
Yeah.
we are the broke generation as
We're
well.
the broke generation. We're the sandwich generation, man. We're taking care of kids and parents. Damn
Right?
it.
I feel like too the boomers are funding the generation after us because they like forgot about us anyway, and they're like paying for our kids to do
Yeah.
all this stuff, and
What about me, man?
we're forgotten. They don't even know who we are. But anyway, back to
I need some loan forgiveness. Jesus.
forgive my loans. So does Sarah make it? Like it's
Can't
not
tell
going to
you.
ruin anything for anyone, right?
She makes it.
She makes it. Gets her
makes
brother back.
Gets her brother back. But in the meantime, like all these crazy, weird things that she comes across, and she gets courted a little bit by David Bowie's character, and she's a child, and he's
Oh,
not a
that
child.
reminds me
It's
of
like
David Hasselhoff
Yeah,
and how he
right.
tried to court me.
throwback to
Toys R
episode
Us.
2.
Go listen to episode 2. Okay, so inappropriate age difference.
I love how
men
you-
whipping out to pee in
Listen,
rivers.
I just love how you are now turning the story into David Hasselhoff tried to court you.
He totally did. He asked me first.
Did he take you to prom
He in the kit car.
in the kid
Yeah,
car?
he did. He did definitely.
David Hasselhoff.
We
but
had
okay.
floor burgers after.
Did you?
Yeah.
Floor burgers. That would be a great name for a restaurant. For a burger shop called Floor Burger, and just have Hasselhoff's. If you don't want to use the likeness of his face, just like the silhouette with his big hair
Oh my god.
and like a leather jacket and just a silhouette of David Hasselhoff, and call it Floor Burger. Man,
So-
we are full of entrepreneurial ideas today. This is so great.
telling you right now, we are so
Floor Burger.
so.
Or let's just get a
making
food
money.
truck, and we'll call it Floor Burger.
Call it the Skillet food truck.
Let's kill it food truck.
Skillet food truck. Okay, so I
Sorry.
need to know what happened with Labyrinth. What? So not just Labyrinth, but you had said, was it Charlie and the Chocolate
Yes,
Factory?
that
What
was
was
scary
bad about
too.
that?
Well, first of all,
The poverty?
he-
Like what was like? I know he was poor.
He was, and you know that I got a beef with Grandpa Joe.
Okay,
This guy laid in a bed for what, 20 years?
at least.
And nobody had any money. They all had to share a candy bar, right?
Oh my god! Right?
And as soon as somebody says, "Hey, you want a ticket to the chocolate factory?" he jumps up and dances around like a maniac. Like you could get out of that bed.
That's all it took.
Yeah, he was faking it.
He was.
Grandpa Joe is a douche.
Oh, I hate Grandpa Joe.
And then he convinced Charlie to drink that fizzy lifting drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
does Grandpa go on the tour with him?
Yes.
So he got out of bed.
He got out of bed. Like, sure, you can't work, but no, one tour of a chocolate factory and you're up and at it.
Okay, but what's
Up
the
and at
scary
them.
part of
Oh,
Charlie?
what's the scary part? All the children end up missing.
Oh shoot!
And
Yep.
like
that would be.
Augustus Gloop in the chocolate river, and the girl who turns into a blueberry, and the kid, the Mike
Love
TV,
her.
who gets neutralized by TV waves, and then they're in that rowboat with what's his name, Gene Wilder there, and
Oh, I
he's
love
all
him.
like. I don't know. He has some kind of chant. Sounds like you're in a cult or something. And he's like, I don't know. And there's flashing imagery on the walls of insects and just freaky stuff. And
Chickens getting their heads cut off. It's unprovoked. It just happens.
Thanks, Mike.
And you fall victim to it.
Yeah.
How did I miss all of that?
I don't know, man. Maybe that's when you got up and got popcorn or something. I don't know. Because it's freaky. And, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I need to rewatch some things.
How did you not, how did you miss that? Like, that is, when you're watching that, even the parents in the boat are like, we have to stop this boat right now. Like, what is going on in here?
Maybe I just didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe I got called outside by friends to trade stickers or something.
Yeah, maybe you did.
Or maybe we watched it at school. I feel like it was a school movie we watched, which sounds even weirder if there was.
And
maybe I blocked stuff out.
If you read the book now,
okay,
that is not a book that you could really read now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
There's just things in there that you would be, that today's folks would be like, you can't read that.
Oh, goodness.
Come on, man, that's a classic. However, that's the times we live in.
Yeah.
But it was pretty scary.
Okay.
And just like,
and
Willy Wonka was kind of, he wasn't centered, man. He was off.
Wow.
He was unpredictable. You didn't know if this guy was nuts or what.
Right.
Can I throw in a little piece of trivia about
Yes.
Willy Wonka?
Please.
Gene Wilder allegedly refused to play the role right out if the director didn't allow him in his first scene. Do you remember when he comes out of the chocolate factory and he's got a cane and he's limping slowly to greet the kids at the gate?
Yes.
And partway his cane gets caught and he keeps walking and then he realizes cane is gone and he falls into like a tucked somersault and he springs up and he's got all this life and his limp was a lie the whole time. And Gene Wilder insisted that character to make that choice so that he's deemed as untrustworthy right off the hop.
Yeah, I did hear that. I saw him on an interview say that. And that makes sense. I mean, that was a really good choice because then you don't know anything that comes out of his mouth the rest of the movie. You don't know if it's legit or if he's just messing with you. So, yeah, I love the movie. Wasn't a huge fan of the Johnny Depp remake.
I don't think I saw that.
Well, it was just too CGI. And it shouldn't have been touched. It was a classic. Leave it alone.
Again.
Yeah, leave
right?
it the hell alone.
Leave stuff alone. Everything was fine.
They at least named it something different.
Well, Willy
It went
Wonka.
from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Very different.
Very different. There was
two
no
different
similarities at all. How dare you compare the two, ever. But the other one that just wrecked me as a kid, like totally decimated, gutted, eviscerated,
Oh my God.
was The Never-Ending Story.
Again, I saw that. I don't remember being horrified. I mean, when you look at it now, it's so bad.
It's bad.
The puppet, the flying dog is so bad. But
Yeah.
tell me about this one now. What did I miss? What was so scary?
Well, it was scary because of all the kind of puppeteer, the puppets were creepy. But also, you remember Gamork? He was the wolf that was chasing Atreyu.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know what happened to me back then, but I can only remember flashes of that dog flying. Maybe I only saw the music video to that song.
Oh,
maybe I never saw.
around. Look at what you see. Yeah, sorry. That just came in. I had to come out.
Yeah, it's okay. There's so much I have to watch now with this new lens.
The giant turtle, Morla.
Okay, remember that.
We don't care. We don't even care if we care. And then he sneezed, and then Atreyu would fly and be covered in mud.
Gross.
And the nothing was the storm that was going to take everybody away. And then the rock biter, they used to be big, strong hands. And then the guy who had the racing snail, and then the guy who flew the hanging bat, like he was hang gliding on a bat and eating snakes. And the worst part of that whole movie for me was the sinking and eventual death of Artax the horse.
Oh, no.
That
I haven't seen
I
this.
still cannot watch this movie without blubbering like an idiot
Wow.
when the horse dies.
Well,
This movie's 40 years old now? And I'm like,
again, geared to children, this was?
geared to children. This was a child's movie.
Oh, no.
And Artax the horse sinks in the quicksand. It was the swamp of sadness.
What was the mission in this movie? The Never-Ending Story? The boy on the flying dog, had to do what? Save his sister? Was everyone
God.
saving siblings back then?
No, he's reading a story, and he
course.
becomes
Never
in
ends.
the story. And the story is the princess is ailing because the Nothing is a giant storm that's totally destroying Fantasia. My God, do we have to watch this one together too?
I think maybe I couldn't watch these things because I can't remember all the parts to it all. Like Star Wars and all that stuff, like it's all fantasy, it all has weird names and weird missions, and to me it was just too much to follow.
Really?
Dirty Dancing was straight up Johnny and Baby, love story, dance, done. Like it could be like my ADHD, but I couldn't follow. A lot of that stuff I just got lost. I probably was just reading a book in the corner while everyone else watched it, and I don't remember.
Huh.
I don't know.
Scary.
scared.
Mike, you've seen it though, right? The Neverending Story?
I have not.
Oh my God. I am alone here today.
You are. I have a vivid. I must have seen that scene though, because the horse was like a glorious white horse.
Yes, beautiful horse. Artax.
And the kid.
I love that you know its
What's the
name.
kid's name?
Atreyu.
Atreyu, just fighting to keep this horse's head above the muck, the
Oh,
dark,
no.
gooky muck.
Yeah, and because, and then it's at the end of that scene, you just see him sitting there on the edge of the water, or not the water, the edge of the swamp, and the horse is gone. The horse has sunk, and he's just, it broke me. It still breaks me.
It's like when Baby had to watch Johnny drive away at the end of the summer.
It's exactly like that.
She's like the wind. That
She's
horse was like the
through
wind.
my trees. Yep.
Wow.
Hungry eyes.
Hungry horse eyes. I don't know where that.
Artax, you're sinking. Yeah. Listen,
Wow.
I gotta have a drink when I go home because
I have to get Netflix out or something and find these.
you do. I probably have them
Well,
on DVD somewhere.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you still have a DVD player.
I wish I did. I think they're selling for quite a bit of money now.
I know VHS players are.
Oh, okay.
I wanted a VHS player. I think we talked about that in our first episode.
Did we?
Yeah, because I looked them up on Amazon. They want $1,000 for a VHS player.
Can you still get movies for $1 though at like the Goodwill? Like, what's the point
Probably.
of having those if you don't have the machine?
I don't know.
Boomers,
I don't know, but
boomers are holding on to their VHSs though.
yeah,
So maybe soon
maybe
When
maybe
we-
there will be an influx
there will
someday.
when the
Just like that whole
boomer
supply
wave.
and demand thing, right? We
exactly.
we all want VHS players now, and they're being hoarded by the boomer generation.
Change the will. Put the VHS recorder in it.
Yeah, by the
Boomer.
45 to 64 generation.
I have a bit of a concern, and that's how little Angela was traumatized by movies as a kid. I Googled what are some of the most traumatizing kids' movies.
no.
I'm curious to know which ones,
Okay.
not just Angela, both of you have seen before.
Maybe I've
And I'll-
seen worse.
E.T.
things, Mike.
I'll try to keep it to this generation. E.T., yes,
Yeah,
is on
E.T..
the list.
How is that traumatizing? I've seen
Because
it. for
E.T.'s
sure.
scary as hell,
When
and he dies.
Oh.
I have
Sort of.
a deep recollection of watching this movie, and when E.T. meets Elliot in the cornfield right near his shed, right at the top,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
scary.
E.T. screaming, and
Yeah.
Elliot's, that will forever hit me in the unks.
Oh.
And then they find him in the water, and he's like
Oh yeah, that was gross.
all like pale
White.
and whitish. It's like a dog turd that's been left over the winter in the
Right.
backyard. It's like that white.
E.T.
Yeah,
turd.
no, okay.
So, what about 1990, The Witches?
Never seen it.
I didn't see that either.
Oh, I remember seeing that. That was Angelica Houston,
Oh,
and she
Sounds like a millennial movie to me.
would they would turn children into mice.
Oh.
This group of witches, and they met at a hotel
sounds reasonable.
and for like a conference, and then they all start shedding their human form and turn into these grotesque
Ew.
rat witch people. Disgusting, right? How about
the dark-
Watership Down?
Oh, well, yes.
That was an animated movie about
Bunnies
rabbits.
die and stuff and that.
And there's some really, really graphic, gruesome rabbit deaths in
How
that
about
movie.
The Secret of Nim?
Never heard of it.
Oh, you have so.
And I'm a Blockbuster guy. I've never.
Secret of Nim.
Oh
that's
my God, I've heard of it, never seen it.
The mice.
If
The
there
mice trying
wasn't-
to relocate their before the tills come out, before the plows
Oh,
come out.
yeah.
But then little Jonathan Brisby, the sick mouse, couldn't move, and
Man, you're
they had
committed to
Willis.
characters.
I know, man.
I'm
I know.
impressed.
I don't. Like I said before, I can't remember the things I need to know. But
True.
Jonathan Brisby and the words to dance magic, it's all in there. It's stuck in
all
the brain. What about The Dark Crystal? Is that in there?
That is on the list here as
Those-
well. 1982.
Things were freaky as heck.
That was also like a Jim Henson.
Yes, but scary. The Dark Crystal
Jim
puppets.
Henson was a good guy. He was like the Muppet guy.
Right.
But he had a
And
dark
Fraggle,
side.
man. He's down in Fraggle Rock.
That was so good.
Yeah.
He had a dark side though.
Yeah, he was Ernie. Jim Henson was Ernie and Kermit the Frog.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was Ernie as well.
Hebert.
Those
Yeah,
two.
all right. Sorry.
Those two knuckleheads.
Vintage Sesame Street, man.
Ugh.
Love it. But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yes.
7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12. I have that as one of my cell phone rings.
Of course you do.
When I was in the 4th grade, I
Okay.
went to Cheryl Beltz's birthday party,
Oh no.
and we watched Ghostbusters.
Okay.
First time I ever saw it.
And
And it was scary as heck.
it wasn't.
When you're in the 4th grade, it was.
Okay, so I was maybe in the 6th or 7th grade. Maybe it was tougher than you then.
And then it became my favorite movie of all time.
Right.
It is still, to this day, my favorite movie of all time.
Scariest part was what for you?
Oh,
gargoyles?
The first thing that scared the crap out of me was in the library when they were trying to, the old librarian who's
Yeah,
looking
the
at
old-
the stacks, and
Oh.
then she whispers like shh to them, and then Ray's like, get her, and then she turns around and she's got this awful monster face. That did it.
I feel like Slimer though, and like the Stay Puft guy, they were cute.
They were cute. Yeah, they were.
What was like I think like maybe when Sigourney Weaver's like possessed or
Zool.
something that yeah
Yeah,
that
there is
can
no
be.
Dana. Only Zool. That's my
Oh,
cat's name, by the
Zool.
way. My cat's name is Zool.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Told
Yeah.
you, favorite movie of all time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got something for us, Mike?
I was just thinking that Slimer was kind of the Olaf from Frozen of that generation.
Oh, nice.
There's all sorts of
I like how you
merch.
put
Yes.
that together there.
Definitely Slimer merch.
She's kind of the comedic relief. Actually, there's a lot of comedy in that movie, but
The movie
He
is a
added.
dark comedy. Yeah. Like The Burbs, another 80s movie.
oh yeah, that's good.
That was, I don't know if it was definitely marketed to children, but it was, I watched it as a child.
It never traumatized me. It's a good movie.
I was a little afraid of the Klopeks, a little bit the neighbors next door who were a little off. Beetlejuice traumatized me.
Come on.
A little bit.
No.
When they died, when they went off that bridge,
Okay.
Barbara and Adam Maitland, and they actually died,
Yeah.
every time I'd watch it, I'd be like, okay, just open your door, get out of the car.
Oh no.
I do have a question because we're over 20 minutes into this episode, and all I really know, Angela, you've watched Dirty Dancing. What have you watched?
You've seen Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
obviously.
I wasn't scared. Well,
It was a little scary.
the scariest movie I ever saw back then was like the Nightmare on Elm Street. Like I said,
Yeah,
like
that was
that,
scary.
and Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's scary. I guess I'm not scared by like stuff I know isn't. I know it's not gonna sound right, but like goblins and stuff. Like I get that's not real, but like
But Freddy Krueger's
Freddy
probably
Krueger could have been someone.
he could have been someone.
And the creepy
if he had just
song.
applied himself, he could have been
He could
someone.
have been someone. It's that creepy song, you know, like the
1, 2, Freddy's coming.
See,
I
that
watched
I
all that
can't.
stuff as a
can't do
little
that.
kid.
Yeah.
Not marketed to children by any means.
See, maybe that was just it. Is I was looking for stuff not marketed to children. I was a
Maybe.
little like Dirty Dancing. Probably I shouldn't have seen at the age I did.
Probably not.
Also, the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas
Right?
I saw accidentally.
Accidentally.
Probably should have
In
seen
quotes.
that. That was scary. It was scary when my aunt saw us watching that. That was scary. But no, Freddy Krueger is like I still to this day like I won't watch it.
But then they got ridiculous. Like
Yes, for
I'd say the
sure,
first
for sure.
3 were pretty good.
Yeah, was there more than 3?
Oh,
I never
there's, like,
watched. I only watched
7
the first
or
one.
8. Like they got stupid, and Freddy
Yeah.
turned into almost like a caricature, like a comedian.
no.
But that first one with Johnny Depp when he gets sucked into the waterbed.
Johnny Depp is in that.
Come on.
Pretty sure that was his movie debut.
Yeah. He's the boyfriend of Tina.
Oh,
Tina. Sorry, that was just me pretending to be Freddy Krueger.
I love Johnny Depp.
Tina. Yeah. And then, I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. And the
Ew.
tongue coming through the phone.
That's how I felt when Hoff kissed me. He was like, I'm your boyfriend now. It's like, ah.
You were never going to let me forget that
No.
the Hoff kissed you.
No, I have other people that I've met but didn't kiss me. But we'll get into that later.
All right.
But yeah, I was scared. Appropriate scary movies. Just
Yeah.
like Ghostbusters didn't really. I was a little bit older though.
You were a little bit older than I was. Like, and I wasn't horrified, but I still got that pit of the
Sure.
stomach. Oh my God, what's going to happen?
It's a good movie though.
Yeah.
Do love
But what
it.
about Poltergeist?
No way. Can't watch
That
it.
movie was the biggest deterrent for me asking for a pool in the backyard, I'll tell you that.
You know what the scariest part of that was? That's with the I don't know if she was the psychic, but when she used to say Carol Ann.
Yeah,
she had that-
Tangina.
Oh, her voice was the creepiest thing because it was so like,
Caroline,
Yeah.
this house is clean. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
because we all had TVs. Like, to me, that could happen in your house.
Yeah.
Like, it was, and did she not die, that girl, the young girl?
She did.
She did. I
Yeah.
heard there was like a curse of that whole thing. To me, that just solidifies like that is one of the scariest movies ever. I don't know if I'd watch that again.
Really?
No, it's
Oh, I
just
love
too.
it.
It's too like that TV. It could happen to my TV.
Well, and that was at the time when we were young.
Yeah.
We didn't have 24/7 programming.
True.
The TVs went off the air at a certain time of night, right? And then you got that.
Did they really?
Yes.
What?
They played the national anthem.
Oh, wow.
And then the TV, the broadcasting station would turn off and it would come back on again at like 5 a.m. or something.
I didn't
and
know
it would
that.
just be, that, boo,
Yeah.
that all those multicolored stripes on the screen, or then the static.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, in the middle of the night, as a kid, if I would fall asleep with the TV on while I'm sleeping in the basement, and I'd wake up and the TV's on, and there's that static.
Yeah.
Huh, I am not much of an athlete, my friend, but you should have seen me bound off the couch to turn off that damn TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
But the clown, man, the fear of the clown started in Poltergeist. He had the clown in his bedroom.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And
God,
then
right.
yes, sitting on the chair,
See,
and the
I've
next thing it's
buried it.
gone,
buried
and then it's under the bed. Oh my God!
That was like all the whammies
Yeah.
threw at us in that one.
And I don't know if it was that one or the second part. Poltergeist 2 scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
That's with that old man.
I never watched 2 because I was
Oh.
done with 1.
He was the old preacher, and it was
Preacher
actually
was
Julian
scary.
Beck was the actor.
Okay.
And he was currently dying of cancer while they were filming
Fantastic.
it.
Oh,
Which,
my
fantastic. Sorry,
God.
just
Well, it's just like, could it be scarier? Like,
well,
could
because
be,
it made him look very gaunt.
is
And
that why they, like,
I don't know if they chose him because of that.
can Millennial Mike find out for us? Like,
I think
okay.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
But it,
Doesn't
anyway, it really added to
I guess.
his role and the look.
Silver
He was
lining.
he was an otherworldly, he was kind of like a demon or something, but he
Yeah.
was playing the role of a preacher.
Wow.
And there are 2 characters in my 80s childhood horror movie life
Okay.
that still make me freak out.
Okay.
And it's his character of the Reverend Cain, and it's the character of Zelda, the sister in the back bedroom from Pet Sematary. The sister who had the disease that ended up killing her, and she was actually played by a guy.
Who had a disease?
No, it was just makeup. He didn't have a disease. Sadly for you.
You know so much about all
Because
these people.
I don't know things that I need to know for my life, for
Right.
daily living skills, but I can tell you things about.
I don't think I've made it through a Stephen King movie at that age. I don't know if I saw Pet Sematary. I wouldn't. It just sounded too scary.
It was scary.
His books, I couldn't, like, ooh.
And I read Stephen King books. My first one was in
you?
grade 7. Yeah, probably books I shouldn't have read
No.
as early as I did, but I liked to read back then, and
Same.
if I could be scared, I would be scared.
Oh, God, yes. I have seen Poltergeist 2 then. That guy is fucking scary.
Yes. Whoa, did you just drop the F-bomb?
I'm not supposed to do that?
That's okay. Drop it.
No.
Drop it like it's hot.
I've seen that now. Thanks for the nightmares
Yeah.
tonight.
Mike just showed her a picture of Reverend Cain.
I think
You know,
any
his
priest or reverend or preacher in a
scariest.
movie is always scary.
Yeah.
so many reasons.
For some of us. Mike, if you could, pull up a picture of Zelda from the original. Yeah. Sorry for those of you who can't see this, but we'll probably post some pictures on our socials of these folks because freaky.
I forgot about that guy.
But this, I think, has led to who I am today.
Okay.
I am very
agree.
dark, very morbid.
Oh my God, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen it.
So I can't
Oh,
decide.
yeah.
Oh, and there's Tangina.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Did you look up Pet Sematary?
Oh, that wasn't Pet
That's-
Cemetery.
No, that was Tangina, Pet Sematary.
That was from Poltergeist.
Yeah, from Poltergeist. Pet Sematary is the Zelda.
Zelda.
Yeah. When she was Rachel.
Oh, no, I haven't seen this. Ew.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. No wonder you're disturbed
I
by
know,
all this
right?
stuff.
Like between watching Jaws and
Oh,
Piranha
Jaws, scary, yes.
and all these horror movies that really, you know,
It's awful. I don't want to see anymore.
parents back then, this is just what you watched, right?
It's like we're he's putting it right in front of my face. It's like we're scared of our kids doing video games. I'd rather that than no, my kid has seen this.
Really?
Well,
But see now, my brother showed his kids all of these,
yeah.
and I just feel like good for him, good for them, because now they've seen the classics. They're also very dark and disturbed like me, but
In the nicest way.
in the nicest way, because it builds character.
Yeah, there's I can see so much character coming
me?
out of this,
Or in
out of you. Like,
Any character I have has been built by these horrible, scary films.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's kind of. I'm not sure how we got from
I don't even
that
remember
to
how
this,
we
but
started.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
It doesn't
But
even matter.
Traumatizing movies. You guys were
Traumatizing
actually
movies. We're
really
right on.
good with staying on track.
we stayed on.
Oh my God, we
stayed
did,
on.
didn't we?
We did, but I think we're probably gonna have to wrap it up now.
Yeah, I have a lot of homework of
You
watching.
do. If you need to come over and you have like a scary movie buddy, you can come and watch them at my house.
I'm in.
Yeah. Do you want to come, Mikey?
I would
sometime?
love to. I know that Angela's got a lot of homework. What's your homework for us? What movie do we need to watch aside from Dirty Dancing?
Well, have you even seen it?
Yes.
Of course,
You
we've
have?
seen it.
That's the only one I know. That's the only one I watched.
We'll watch it again with you.
Note to self: our movie topics are scratched out of this podcast from now
Here goes
on.
half the podcast series.
I like what I like. I don't know. I was always looking for romance somewhere.
That's you and your
was it.
hormones.
It's just so hormonal.
Spinning that bottle, looking for Johnny coming
Where's
to jump
my
off the
Johnny?
stage and do the lift. I dare
would-
the
what
ghost
I
of
would do.
Patrick Swayze to come and do the lift with
Rest
me
his
right
soul.
now. But he has ghost muscles now, so I'm sure that's fine. Okay, we got to wrap it
it
up.
up.
You know what? We do definitely thank you for joining us on this episode of Generation, I don't know, what are we called?
X-rated.
Generation X rated, the Survivor Stories.
And who was our episode sponsored by
Oh,
today?
this episode has been brought to you by the memory of David Bowie's Labyrinth Bulge. So enjoy that thought, everyone, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you, or at least you get a chance to hear us next time. And thanks for coming out, and smell you later.
Smell you later.
If you or anyone you know is a Gen X survivor, you may be entitled to compensation. Not from us, but probably from somewhere. If you would like to connect with us, find us on Facebook at Gen X Rated, or Instagram at Gen_X_rated, and by email at genxratedsocials@gmail.com.